Hello, and welcome back to the next part of the stream. Um, if you have not seen the first part, please go watch the first part. It would be beneficial for you to know what's happening. Apart from that, let's just get right into it. Including me deciding that I'm splitting vods into 3. Oh, yeah. This has the gas thing in it. Right here. That's the fourth blue lamp. Blue flame. Which opens up an elevator. That's kind of fancy. A little bit fancy. I want to see what this elevator... like what's in the elevator. If I'm not mistaken, I think I read that it was a way into the basement. Oh. Oh? What in the world? Which way, left or right? What in the world? Is that a permanent? The hell? I'm figuring out how to do this puzzle. What in the hell? So what is this? Okay, so this is tied to the house, and I have no idea like what exactly it does. Other than like I mean I know it's just like I don't know. Ramen something sigils of the past and present. First era found either natural resulting from the creation of messenger record, various signs of aid to Sarah signs with the aid of something. It did this in order that the blink of their realm might not be understood by strangers. Historically speaking, sigils are not very new transition. They have been found in every era and every culture and predate both written text and heraldic arts. However, today when we use the term sigil, we are referring specifically to round sigils. Those crude circular marks of designation found on royal artifacts, building older documents. This book was written to make simple but to understand of these I cannot read that word. Make simple the understanding of these fascinating glyphs and clearly display the correlation between each sigil and iconography of the realm's royal art, how the image of a leafless burning tree seen in geometric lines, and what does that tell us of a kingdom's history. Each line, each circle, and each variation tells a story of the land. Even the adorned borders around the sigil have special meaning. The sigil. To understand a realm sigil, we must first dismantle the symbol. I'm struggling with reading, apparently. Dismantle the symbol and identify the individual elements that make up the whole. Each sigil is composed of four things: the core, the dividing lines or rays, the moats, and the border. The core at the center of each sigil is a unique shape, different for each realm. If the core gives us a name, then the rest of the sigil tells us the history behind that name. Still, it's important to be able to identify and distinguish the core as a first step in deciphering any sigil, as all the other parts are meaningless if we do not first know the place we are describing. Oh my lord. That's useful. Splitting the sigil from one sigil to another, number style. Not useful, just a completely empty page. Wavy lines are used to indicate the extreme heat. The scorched air and blazing sun cause the otherwise straight rays to appear shimmering. A rainy realm is indicated with rays of 3 vertical lines pouring down. 4 more extreme stormy weather, a jagged lightning-shaped rays. The 4 mess with my head. I thought it was Four and it didn't mess with me. A ray dotted with falling circles is used for colder realms in which snow is common occurrence. Windy weather is displayed on sigils by the use of bent curved lines, rays bucking under the high winds. Motes. On each sigil floating between the rays are small figures called motes. From the shape and style of the motes used on a sigil, we can tell the type of society a given realm proclaimed. If they considered themselves mighty in arms or blessed by artistic and economic fortune. Tribal, a primitive realm, hunter and gatherers. Agriculture, harvest and farming based society and culture. Marital, military. Metropolitan, a large city-state with a dense urban and populous center. Academic, a center for knowledge. Advanced in various scholarly pursuits, these realms are home to many schools, universities, and libraries. Industrial, engineering-driven culture with a focus on manufacturing, invention, and production. Spiritual, an elevated reverence for nature, animals, and the force that guide us. Poetic, a strong focus on the advancement of the arts, writing, music, and language. Border. Around each sigil is an adorned edge, serving as a container for the information within. There are 8 different borders, each one corresponding to a different color. These borders always correspond to the banner and the national colors of that specific realm. White, so the open is white. Black is kind of filled. Red is kind of wavy. Violet is like a dash, like a horizontal, vertical. Pink is like almost square thing. Green is straight lines curving around it. Yellow is jagged teeth. Orange is triangles. White, like I said, is the opening. Putting it all together, by studying the core, rays, motes, and border of a sigil, you should now be able to unlock the meaning behind what had previously been undecipherable. An undecipherable enigma. Red banner is marital fog. Fog. Oh, that was probably on here. Alright, I was informed that I have food, and this is the end. So, I'm going to get back up. Wait a minute. Was that another doorway? Yes, it's closed. Okay. I might do more research while I eat on that. Try to figure out exactly what it means. But I will be right back. What in the hell did I get back to? What in the hell? Jesus Christ, how many did you send? Welcome back to my Twitch channel, Astral Peacock's Chat. For today's episode, we'll be going over my plan for tomorrow in D&D. At least one murder, with the second being highly likely. Remember, kids, don't open doors randomly. Multiple could be mimics. D&D players of mine seeing this, unread it. No. Anyways, let's send a bunch of messages so Mr. Streamer doesn't see this info. All his dragon names. Gus, Doug, Thordak. I like that you started with Gus and then went to the one I suggested. And it wasn't like an actual dragon name. It's like a, hey, here's this random dragon that I came up with. Here's the one the streamer came up with. Then here's a bunch of more random ones that are more dragon names. The other two Chroma Conclave ones, I forget the name of. It. Bahamut, that's a strange type. That one white dragon, the Mighty Nine, rolled on a random encounter table. Noga the Grung. Sure, I guess Gus is stronger. Okay, I have no idea what exactly I just got back to. Thank you for following. Yeah. Thanks. I'm surprised you like my energy because of the fact that half the time it's mellow and the other half of the time it's more chaotic. And there's no rhyme or reason to it. Okay, what are we doing in this one? What does the allowance do? Is there a place where I pick up an allowance? Master Simon, good morning. It has come to my attention that you have been granted a daily allowance to use while on the estate. If it is convenient for you, I will leave the required sum here in the entrance hall each morning. If there is anything else you require, please do not hesitate to ask. Even though we have all been requested to remove ourselves from the premises during your stay, I can assure you I am still personally overseeing the estate and is at least operating at a baseline standard of service that I hope you will one day come to expect of us. Anne Babbage, house manager. Thank you, Anne. I appreciate the money. This is a very shiny floor. Very shiny floor. Jesus. Why did I just realize how shiny this floor is? Okay. What to do in this day? I don't know. I'm gonna get the coat check. And I'm going to redeem my hammer. And then I'm going to hope for... Jesus, it's step requirement today instead of gems, so gems are pointless. No shovel, no chest. Six steps. Ugh. Let's do the pantry. I guess West Wing. What was the last one called? What was the last house called? I don't remember. Just a west-facing villa, okay. Let's do the hallway. Don't think anything spawns in there, though. 3 keys. I'm gonna do that. Great Hall. Oh, yes. No doubt. Okay, I think this should be the door into... Yes. Okay. this one then. Yes, I got the lever. Okay. We're a step closer to the antechamber. I don't have many keys and I don't have many footsteps. Let's get the nook. That'll give me an extra key. I would like a way to get footsteps. Gems are pointless. I guess we can go parlor, but I'm probably not going to pick them up because it's pointless. That's locked. Amazing. Let's go this way. Do the closet. Can get a key for that. Let's take the bedroom. It's a free room, more or less. Let's take the boudoir. Is that how you said I'm supposed to pronounce another? I have a feeling I'm not going to do good on this one just because of the fact that the third room, the gem rooms, are step cost instead of... Jesus Christ. Remove your color choice. Boudoir. 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 Great. Gotta use a key on that one. Oh, yes, please. That will give me +8. Gem that's pointless. I could attempt... Let's redraw here. Let's redraw again. Redraw again. Let's redraw one more time. This one. And I have at least 2 hallways. But, not like it matters because of the fact that the freaking... I don't have any keys, so that's upsetting. But I do have a more substantial amount of footsteps. This one's locked, isn't it? It is. Shit. Continue this way, and then this way. And then I'm going to recheck the hammer. Because I'm nervous with footsteps, and I don't want to lose that. Even though it's really easy to find. I'm going to take the storeroom. If I can, I'd like to get a locksmith, but it's not likely. Gonna go with that. I have 11 stars. Hey, look, I get 5 pointless diamonds. Hooray! We'll take the utility closet. But I'm not gonna enter there. I do have a key. So I can continue trying to go north. I have a feeling I'm not going to do good on this one. Hey, look, it's the locksmith. Definitely useful right now. I'm gonna take the passageway, even though it's way too many steps for me to be happy with. I'm gonna take a corridor on that side, but then I'm not gonna go that way. Instead, I'm going to go this way. Let's take the library. I need a north-facing room. It's locked. Shit. History of Orindia, 2nd edition. This book was reviewed and cleared for publicity by the Fen Aries Central Board of Education. It has been edited to conform to our department standards, including the omission of sections deemed inaccurate or unsuitable for public dissemination. Redacted. The name used to designate the realms of eastern waters. Redacted is no longer redacted, known to the average citizen. Redacted of the elder generation. Redacted. Redacted, we must redacted. Permit our leaders to enjoin us to abandon redacted our past. Redacted. Jesus Christ. How many? 2, 3, 4. The hell? Okay. Okay, this is the only one I'm going to actually probably read because the rest of this is just... there's too much of it. Baron Sinclair, thank you so much for your cooperation with our department and this investigation. We know our presence is never convenient, especially for someone of your social status, so it means all the more that you are not only tolerant but also willing to aid our efforts in getting this business done as possible. We are returning with this letter the book you lent us, though I must confess it was not as much help as I had hoped. I had heard that your library of rare and restricted books was quite extensive, and I was told by a reliable source that if a first edition and uncensored copy of the history of Orindia could be found, it would likely be found within the Baron's own collection, but perhaps I was misinformed. Still, part of me thinks that you may have given me the censored copy as a jest, a taste, if you will, for the bureaucrat of their own medicine. If that is the case, then I say well done, fair play, and perhaps on my next visit. We'll have a laugh about this after you have given me the actual manuscript. Until then, Detective Bon Margot, Redguard. I have no idea what's happening here. I'm going to stop reading it. Actually, I'm going to flash through the last bits so that if anyone wants to read them, they can pause. But I'm done reading it because of the fact that that's too much effort. Damn it. No goodie. Yeah, it's cutting it close. I don't think I'm going to be able to get there even if I tried. I have 1 key left. 7 steps. I can attempt to make it into the antechamber, but I know for a fact I will not be able to continue on after that. Showroom, and I'm out of steps, which ends the day instantly. I'm a little bit annoyed by that. I could have possibly made it to the antechamber. I ran out of steps, though, because of the stupid freaking hovel. So from here on, I will never be beginning the hovel ever again. Day 21. If I can, I'd like to find a new, outer room. One of these two is useful for the elevator, I believe. But I've also not seen the other one. No seal for me. Why would I have gotten a seal? Tomb. This is the one that's useful. Rounded staircases are kind of nauseating in this game. What in the everlasting hell? Jesus Christ. Open only in the event of my death. Simon, so here's where it all ends, at least for me, and all of the picturesque place of this grand estate. I chose this dreamy, dank dungeon to be laid to rest. And the same dim, somber fate fell upon my father, and his father before him, who loved the outdoors, even more than myself. They say here, there is no stronger bond of servitude than tradition and family tradition. Thrice as strong, these are chains that seldom bend and never break, and I do wonder what plans and prospects of yours will be sacrificed upon the family family fort of convention? Is that what that says? Font or fort? Of convention. Font. The ends are the same. Be sacrificed upon the family font of convention. What biography of your own will you forsake to add another page to your father's memories, or your mother's, or mine? In our youth, we are gifted with dreams and ambitions. At our death, we are left with realities and regrets. I think there is no greater sin than to perpetuate Yeah, perpetuate tradition that stagnates growth. Perpetuate is a weird word that I, for some reason, decided needed an extra R. I don't know why. Perpetuate tradition that stagnates growth, that strangles purpose, that suffocates dreams. What point is there to live another's life at the sake of our own? Oh, how I wish to have been buried underneath the great oak overlooking the plains, the wondrous woods, and the worldly mountains, and the wild holly that surrounds that trunk, a perpetual token of sympathy laid across my grave. What dreadful tradition is it that dumped me in this sunless hollow? And if by morbid example this dark crypt makes any impression whatsoever on you, if reading this letter within these damp halls plants in you a seed of hope, if these words might grant you strength to bend, if not break these chains, then would I cherish this tomb more than oak and sycamore and spruce, more than the wondrous woods and worldly mountains. This cold stone room would become the most cherished place in all our domain. I would have you raise a shrine upon this spot to commemorate the moment of your liberty, to treat this sepulchre as a hallowed ground, to realize that grand gestures can be as effective as they are theatric, and to, in turn, as recompense for the freedom thus granted you, commit yourself to be buried here within this mausoleum of dreams, and when the day comes to write your own letter, to inspire the next generation that follows in our footsteps. As is tradition, Herbert F. Sinclair. I feel like this song is a not great song to be reading a letter. This place feels like a maze to me, so I'm just doing the stick to the left wall thing. And then supposedly, oh my lord, there's another tomb. No letter though. There is some gold. Each of our journeys comes to a conclusion here in the tomb. This floor plan is the definitive dead end. Or is it? I know for a fact it's not, because by looking at... Where the hell even am I in this place? The door. I found the entrance. Okay, so I think it looks to be mirrored on each side, except for this. Okay, and then there is statues stuff. This one. Okay. So I have the number. It's based off of the crypt, and I've seen them before. It's just the fact I don't want to go find the crypt and use a step. This is the first. And then the second is... this one. And then the third... I might have been wrong with the first. I think that's a rimmed hat. Yeah. Where is... It's broom. Top hat. Oh. This one. Top hat and a brush. This one. Bonnet and a broom. Riding helmet and a racing whip. And then the queen. Hello, secret entrance. Okay, hold up. There's a thing that says additional. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to continue down this way because there is, I think, 2 more puzzles inside of that area. What in the hell? Oh, hello. Underground map. Oh, Lord. Ugh. Okay, or you could lay in bed and watch me play. Does this use... This does use footsteps. Oh my lord. Hold on. Okay, so this is the last thing this says I have to do is right here. I don't know why, so I'm going to quickly look down this path. Oh my god. And then I don't know what's down that path, unfortunately. I'm going to continue this way. An upgrade disc. Okay, so this is one of the sigils. Hello? This is flooded, okay. I cannot go that way. Which says I need to do something else. Which means this area is done. Just because I want to see that map again. Okay, so there's a third piece that I don't know. However, back to this. There is a couple of other puzzles. Two. Don't know what the map pin puzzle is. But that's a puzzle that'll tell us how to do this, apparently. Okay, this looks like it's a thing after room 46. Okay, so it looks like I'm done here for the time being. Is that really all I was supposed to do? I feel like there has to be more that I'm... No, I guess that's literally all I'm supposed to do in here according to the thing. Today I have a feeling I'm going to have a lot less steps to be able to get to the antechamber. So instead, I'm going to attempt to get a tool. Let's take the hammer. I believe I have a... yeah, I have a disc. Which means I need to get something disc-wise. Not an empty box. Gems are in the black box. That one's false. Black box has it. Okay. Gotta take the drawing room to be able to have a door to go through. Let's redraw like a more door room. Ooh, metal detector. Useful. I will take the nursery. Because the nursery is... ooh, that had a key that time. Nursery is beneficial. Let's take the den. And that does give me another 2 doors to be able to explore. I think I'll take the closet. Disappointingly, it did not have one of the items I wanted to have. Cloister. Cloister does have a lot of... what does a cloister do? Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna do it because of the fact that there's a thing here. Yeah, that allows you to be able to get in. Looks like there's a thing beside the statue somewhere. Oh, hey, look at that. I get a bigger allowance. I don't know if I grabbed my allowance today. Mr. Nagula, if you are reading this, it seems the day has finally come. The cloister is at long last getting some much overdue maintenance. I have left you a literal token of appreciation to serve as a positive reinforcement, which should grant you a bit of extra spending money each day while we're working on the statue. We have learned from our dealings with your predecessor that it is much cheaper in the long run to be generous. Mrs. Babbage. Does it do anything else, or is it literally just like 3 soil spots? I think it's literally just 3 soil spots. This direction. Breaker box may not be bad. Let's take the spare room. Security. Ooh, there's something in here. There's a coin on the ground. Okay, let's quickly look. 20 coins. There's 20 coins. They have to be in the cloister, right? I will take her ladyship's chamber. I have never seen it before. Her diary. Oh, another upgrade disc. That I didn't even use the first one accidentally. Whoopsie. Does it never end? Interesting. Okay, I need to use the discs. Cloister. Raise your luck with each green room you draft from the cloister. Find an extra item in each bedroom you draft from this cloister. Permanently add an extra 5 footsteps to the main course for each kitchen, pantry, or furnace you draft from this cloister. I guess that one. I don't know if it'll necessarily do too much. The other disc. Closet. Oh. One extra item if drafted to join to a hallway. 2 if drafted to join to a bedroom. But no, that would do the same thing as the bedroom because it's 0 items plus 4 items if drafted to join to a red tomb. We're gonna take the bedroom closet. I think bedroom closet is a little bit better. The cloister indeed does not have anything else on it. I'll take the boudoir. That'll give me +8 and then I think +10. Which means it is looking ever more likely that I will be able to find a way into the antechamber with this run. If I want to continue, I must take the bedroom. I will take the bedroom. Coin purse. Use a key. I can't do the passageway. I could do the nook for another key. I'll do that. Don't see anything else here. If I want to continue, I have to either do the commissary or redraw, so I'm going to redraw. I guess the West Wing Hall. A billiard room. The hell is that? What is the middle? What is the middle? to the power of 2. Oh my god. 4 times 4, 16. Oh my fucking god. Okay, so 5 times, or no, minus 5 would be 0. Okay, so you start with the inner, no matter what. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. There's another thing. There's a coin behind there. Let's use the silver key. I would like to redraw that. Well, shit. Take the boiler room, because there's not really another option. I'll take the gymnasium, but I'm not happy about it. Is this already powered? It appears to be. Good to know. There's a way, I assume. Yeah. No? There. That takes that off. Is that still active? Yes, but I need to... Is it still active? Yes. Okay. I don't quite know how that still has power, but I'm not... going to complain. Oh shit, what the fuck? Oh, that's that. Okay. That activates that again. Hui. Confusion. Okay, use a key there. That shows an outer rim. I think that means that's powered. It is. That's a dead end. At least at the current moment. You have to take this, which... Ah, shit. No, I'm ending this day. Benefactor, player, master, baron, player, assassin, details following instructions by baron himself. All work while he's suspended, all live-in staff, and must vacate the premises before November 6th. damn it. I guess I have to go to the gymnasium. Something is in here, a coin. We will take this. Okay, that's not beneficial. And that's locked. Is this the end of the day? It looks like it's the end of the day. Which I can't really be upset about. I can be irritated by it all I want. But there's literally just, I do not have keys. I hope this is the wrong room. This way, this way. This way, this way. This way. This way. This way. This way. Jesus Christ. Okay. Check item. Sledgehammer. Okay. Cool. That's the end of the day. Call it. Unfortunately. Ordinary inn. 5 bedrooms, Jesus. Maid's chamber, yeah. Let's do... Yeah, let's see if we can do one more. Do I do one more? No, I think I call it. Because it is late enough that I should call it. Thank you all for watching. I can't believe how infuriatingly close I got to the antechamber. People on Twitch, follow. People on YouTube, like, subscribe. Hopefully the next episode I'll be able to finish this. I'm trying to finish this so that I can start a slightly less mind required, less mental energy game. I probably won't be streaming tomorrow. And if I do, it'll be early in the day and only for like an hour, hour and a half. I am going to decide to split all of my vods into multiple pieces from here on, including this one. So YouTube, you'll already have seen 3 parts to this. I guess I need to start doing like a intro outro segment, or maybe I need to just like add an outro part for YouTube. Maybe that's what I'll do. I might go back to trying a little bit more stuff with YouTube, more editing necessary. Thank you for watching. I'm really struggling with an outro. I need to just do an outro thing for. All right. If you're on YouTube and want to see them earlier when they come out, including now, I will be posting 2 to 3, depending on the length, episodes every one stream, which means I'll probably go down in the amount of streams I actually do in general. I'm not too upset by that. However, they will all always be out by the time that the stream disintegrates from Twitch. Thank you all for watching. I think I've covered everything. Have a good day. Bye-bye.